This is the Beat707 PCB, and I'm going to talk on this video about the PCB alone. I'm going to show some features and how it works. So if you want to take a look at the Beat707 XXL in action, we have already released the first video of the LE limited edition version. Why limited edition? Because it has limited options. It doesn't have an LCD or SD card for storage, but it's the same PCB. So this PCB can be used for the limited edition and for the full versions, master or slave editions. And what happens here is that this board is very large because we have 16 steps on total here, and on the top we have some extra LEDs and components on the board, so it's very large, so we don't have to manually solder anything just on the board itself. And the great thing about the Beat707 XXL, that's the extra large version we have released for the LE version now, is that you can start with the LE, the limited edition version. So you can order the PCB, the acrylic case you see on the video, and you just add the components on the board, and you have the software that's open source. And later, if you want, you can add the LCD. We used a serial LCD, and you also can add later the SD card board and more components if you want. So you can see that the board is very easy to see where things go. The Arduino compatible 8328 chips. This is for the sequencer and LEDs. This is for the touch sensors. We have 18 touch sensors. We don't use buttons here. This one for the LCD and the SD card, which is optional on the board, so you don't have to add this one for the LE version. The LE version, you just need the two top ones. And the bottom one can be for the MIDI output on the full version, or a sound generator. We have 8-bit sound generators for now, but later we can add some more options. But the LE version, you're going to worry just about the top two components here, because they're going to output MIDI right away. You don't have to use another chip for MIDI. And you have the drive relays for the LEDs. You have 3, because you have a total of 20 LEDs, so 16 steps, 1 LED for each step, and 4 top LEDs. Here they can adjust to blink when there's a new node. You have also space for the MIDI interface input. The output is very easy. You just add a resistor in parallel with the power supply. We have added this into the manual. And on the back of the board we have some jumpers, some FTDI programming headers for the chips. So if you order Arduino compatible chips, you can just plug the chips here and use an FTDI cable to program direct on the board, so you don't need an Arduino board to work with this PCB. And you have some jumpers that are going to allow you to select how each component works. If you're working for the first time with this PCB, you don't have to worry much about how the PCB works, because on the manual we explain very detailed how to put components for which version of unit you're building, and what to do on the board itself. What you do for the jumpers, the connectors. You have the right and the left headers for the connectors, and another header for the LCD. You can see here. This is the I2C serial connector for the LCD. We have power, ground, and the 2 data lines. And you have the left and right headers for the connectors. Everything is explained on the manual, and you don't have to worry too much. But you also added an advanced explanation on the manual for those who want to create their own software or hack the board or whatever they want. So we explain how the jumpers works and what you can do on the board itself. This is a professional manufacturer and industrial board. we have already received several of these boards, so you can start selling right away. And you can purchase the board, the PCB, the acrylic case, and soon you are going to also have some kits with all the components if you want, or you can just buy this on eBay or your local electronic supply. They are just regular components. The 80 mega 3208, the Arduino. We use the Uno bootloader, the OptiBoot, and we have here resistor, capacitors, some resistors. The LEDs are straw hat LEDs for a very wide angle. I'm going to show another video how to work with these LEDs, but it's very simple. And I'm going to show how to solder things on the board. So this is just mainly a presentation of the board, so people can have a look before ordering what they are getting themselves into. And I'm going to add on this website a bill of materials for those who want just the PCB and acrylic case, or even just the PCB and they build their own case. And this is pretty much it from the board. I can show this chip here selects the communication from the between the chips, so it's like a switch chip. And you have the relays, and here you could connect the SD card board, which is a small board you can see on our website. It goes from on the bottom, but we're going to show how to solder the board on another video. And even if you purchase today, it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for you to receive the board, because of the time shipping takes. Usually 1 week for some countries, 2 weeks for other countries. And by that time you're going to have several tutorial videos ready. The software for the limited edition version is already done. It works, you can see on the other video. And by next week we're going to have the other software for the full master and slave units working, and also the limited edition slave units. But for now you can rest assured that everything's working. The PCB was very well done. We have taken a lot of effort doing this PCB, and it just works great. It's a great PCB because you can add several options to it.